In the ancient land of India, 2500 years ago, Prince Siddhartha, who later came to be known as the Buddha, seeing people in pain and distress, decided to find a permanent solution to human suffering. In his earnest, long search for enlightenment, Buddha discovered the mind-matter phenomenon, how one influenced the other, and gave humanity the greatest gift of Vipassana meditation. If sincerely practiced, the technique can free people of aberrations of any and all kind, often leading to a new plane of awareness, if not enlightenment.
What impact does Vipassana have on human mind? We bring you a unique story of how Kiran Bedi brought the lawbreaker and the law enforcer, the trainee and the trainer on one human platform.
All of us want to break free of shackles, whether made of hard iron or of distressing thoughts. Each one of us is looking for peace and happiness, even if life may have worn us out. Despite all the trials and tribulations, the desire to embrace life and breathe freely never deserts one. Each one wants a drop of light that would illuminate our being and life. Each one. Located in New Delhi, Tihar remains the largest prison in Asia and one of the largest in the world. It housed around 10,000 prisoners in the year 1993. Over a decade later, it has around 13,000 inmates. Being locked up is bad enough, but in Tihar, a human being could forget he was once human. Wrinkled with grief and hopelessness, isolated and helpless, scared and forlorn, some innocent, others not. They all await their freedom. Until over a decade ago, the jail staff was trained under the old tradition of repression and felt that the inmates were nothing but criminals who deserved to be ruled by the power of the stick. We all have dreams, some fulfilled, others not, wherein one eye tirelessly sees them, the other, blinded by harsh reality, is often desolate, clouded, and lonely. In India, the wheels of justice move very slowly. A pickpocket may find himself waiting for 6 years to serve a 1-year sentence. Established in 1958, Tihar Jail was and continues to be India's best-known high-security prison. Prior to 1993, it was notorious for its inhuman conditions and was branded as a veritable hell on earth. The jail staff believed that if prisoners were meted out harsh treatment, they would think twice before committing another crime for fear of being sent back to Tihar. Tihar as of today consists of 7 prisons. One of them is reserved for the accused women and their dependent children, who too long for open spaces beyond bars. Drug use and violence are common problems in almost any prison. But in Tihar, prior to 1993, their magnitude surpassed most, if not all, prisons in the world. This police vehicle is carrying the new Inspector General of Tihar Jail. The new officer in charge knew that the job was going to be very challenging.
Prison posting was considered as a punishment posting, a dumping posting. But what you do with that finally depends on you. Even when this posting was considered a punishment posting, for me it was a great reward because you're going to deal with human beings.
The first ever woman police officer in India, Dr. Kiran Bedi, immediately got down to acquainting herself with the inmates at Tihar.
I've been accused of murder. The most distressing factor in my life is, that I have left a daughter who's about 6 years old outside. So I try not to think about her because if I think about her, it pains me a lot.
I wish I had not hurt the child. I never expected this to happen.
I was awarded capital punishment in 1983 for a triple murder case in Ahmedabad. I appealed to the High Court and my sentence was reduced to life imprisonment.
Put here on NDPS charge.
We feel suffocated being locked up all the time.
Loneliness and remorse, regret and restlessness define the anguish of the inmates. Tihar was a perfect training ground for the alleged offenders who fell prey to the devious tactics of hardcore criminals, who in turn were almost entirely consumed by bitterness and a yearning for revenge.
Prisoners were a depressed class of people and they needed to be given a new mindset.
In order to reform the inmates, Bedi had to bring about a total change in the attitude of her own staff first. She knew that above all, prisoners needed understanding, love, and a certain amount of freedom. Transforming the mindsets of human beings was a daunting task, but not so for the determined Bedi. Slowly but surely, the jail staff started becoming more humane, and under the guidance of the Inspector General, encouraged the inmates to interact with their relatives and friends more often. It was important to keep the prisoners in touch with their finer feelings. The inmates were not mere depressed shadows and could not be treated with disregard. They too had to come alive from being the punished and the persecuted to becoming normal human beings. So it was decided that the haunting shadows of the past would be replaced by a promise of the present, however modest. The root cause of the problem lay in the outdated wooden system that had to give way to a responsive administration. A fresh beginning had to be made, and a new insight developed. The inmates' dependent children became Bedi's prime concern. A spacious, cheerful creche was set up for the little people.
How do you like it in here? We love it.
The inmates were encouraged to apply their mind to constructive, if not creative work. Once a variety of activities and education were introduced, the inmates responded with enthusiasm and began to rediscover their self-worth while making some pocket money as well. Bedi felt the need to impart skills that would instill confidence in the inmates and financially sustain them on their release from Tihar. The reforms reinforced the fact that the human mind needed sanguinity and productivity. The desire to come alive was revived with every sunrise. Bedi embarked on motivating prison administration, prisoners, and the community at large towards one common goal: correction through the collective approach. Having tapped limitless human potential, the sensitive and reflective Bedi was looking for a deeper, enduring transformation. After all, she was dealing with complicated, traumatized minds.
I curse the officer who's put me behind bars. May he never be successful in life. Can anyone be happy staying away from their family? We're all the time locked up in here. I have 4 kids and my husband is a poor rickshaw puller. How can he fulfill our needs? It has been 6 months since I met my family.
A person feels very depressed and ultimately they turn very hard-hearted. And when you turn hard-hearted, then there is no reform.
You also don't have a solution, do you?
How does one help guilt-ridden criminals overcome their dark past and threatening negative emotions? How does one help anguished alleged offenders seething with anger and frustration? She wanted to help the inmates connect within. Bedi's genuine search finally led her to a lasting solution that came from one of her junior officers at Tihar, Mr. Rajendra Kumar.
Dr. Kiran Bedi joined our department in 1993. She held a meeting and said that she wanted to bring about a total transformation in the jail environment. I told her that I had done a course in Vipassana meditation and it had brought about a big change in me. I felt that the prisoners and jail staff would also benefit from the course.
Dr. Bedi at once called Mr. S.N. Goenka, the Vipassana Guru, and requested him to conduct a course in Vipassana meditation at Tihar.
Kiran said that Tihar had 9,000 to 10,000 inmates and that she wanted to organize a camp for 1,000 prisoners. We tell the offenders not to think of themselves as prisoners. Even a common man is a prisoner. We are all prisoners of our mind's defilements. Prisoners are unhappy because they are away from their families and they harbor negative emotions. There is only one solution: to transform their inner selves.
Vipassana brings out latent aspirations as also hidden fears and memories.
घर से खाना खा के नीचे उतर रहा था। जैसे ही नीचे उतर रहा था तो हमारे गैराज में रेंटेड रहते हैं कुछ गरीब लोग, तो उनकी लेडीज़ थी तो उनके साथ बदतमीजी कर रहे थे ड्रिंक करके 4 व्यक्ति। तो मैंने उसको क्या कहते हैं थोड़ा सा ना यूँ ही बोला, मैंने कहा भाई यहाँ क्या हो रहा है। तो ना एक जो था ना उसने मेरे को यहाँ से पकड़ लिया। मैंने कहा बिना हाथ पैर चलाए तो कुछ होगा नहीं। थोड़ा बहुत हाथ पैर यानी हमारे में आपस में थोड़ा बहुत हुआ। अगले दिन सुबह वो डेथ मिला। अगले दिन वो सुबह डेथ मिला। अब भाई कोई भी बात होगी, रात को तो मेरे साथ ही झगड़ा हुआ था थोड़ा बहुत, चाहे मामूली सा। उसको एक खरोंच भी नहीं थी, क्या कहते हैं, कुछ भी नहीं था। वो सुबह डेथ मिला। अब जो एडिशनल SHO थे मेरे को कस्टडी में लिया उन्होंने। मेरी सिस्टर का मैरिज था। मैंने कहा भाई सबके सब परेशान हैं, फिर भी मैंने सब घर वालों को, अपने भाई को, सबको मैंने कहा भाई आप लोग मत रहो, आप लोग रहोगे जब जज्बाती हो जाऊँगा। तो बहुत गलत बातें भी बोली पुलिस के लिए मैंने।
Being jailed is a scary experience for anyone.
पीली पीली दीवारें देख देख के जेल की एकदम मन ना काफ़ी इतना वो हो गया था, कठोर सा बनता जा रहा था। क्योंकि नफरत की निगाह से दिखता था मैं ज़िंदगी को, क्योंकि नफरत की निगाह से दिखता था मैं ज़िंदगी को, नफरत की निगाह से दिखता था मैं ज़िंदगी को। तो वो मेरा ये इस तरीके का व्यवहार देख देख कर ना कि अकेला रहता, मैं किसी को कहता नहीं था कुछ, पर मेरे अकेलेपन का व्यवहार देख देख के ना वो परेशान रहते थे जो साथी थे। तो उन्होंने क्या कहते हैं, ऐसे ही राजेंद्र डिप्टी जी थे, उनको बताया कि भाई ये लड़का अकेला रहता है, ना कि इससे बात करता और बस अपने घूमेगा, सुबह उठकर एक्सरसाइज करता, बाकी कुछ नहीं, किससे बोलता तक नहीं है। तो राजेंद्र डिप्टी जी ने मुझसे बात किया, तो उन्होंने थोड़ा मेरे पास्ट में गए। तो मैडम मैं जब क्या कहते हैं पहले कस्टडी में जब फर्स्ट टाइम गया, उससे पहले मैं होम मिनिस्ट्री में सर्विस करता था, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एनर्जी में एडवाइज़र के एसपीए का हेल्पर था। और मेरा एकदम से ही करियर सारा का सारा वो हुआ, तो उसका पूरा का पूरा मेरे ऊपर कितना वो पड़ सकता है कि भाई मैं सबसे आगे निकला और मेरे को एकदम पीछे, मेरे करियर को भी एकदम पीछे को धकेल दिया। तो उन सारी चीज़ों को कि मेरे मान सम्मान हर चीज़ पे कितना ठेस लगा, मैं उस चीज़ को लेके ना पूरा याद करता। मैं उस इंस्पेक्टर को के साथ ऐसा करूँगा कि उसकी आँखें फोड़ो, उसकी जीभ काट दूँ और एक टांग काट दूँ, और वो ताकि मेरा नाम तक ना बोल पड़े, मैं उसकी उंगलियों के ये जो है ना लिख के भी ना बता सके, तो इसको भी मैं एकदम उनके बेकार कर दूँ। कभी यानी किसी ने बदले की भावना में कोई एक मिसाल भी नहीं बना होगा। उसने अभी तक मेरे ना पेरेंट्स को तंग कर रखा है, अभी तक। अब मैंने जो घर छोड़ा ना, सिर्फ इस कारण छोड़ा था कि मेरे पेरेंट्स ने मुझे बेचारे डर के मारे ना घर से बाहर भी नहीं निकलने देते थे। मैं 5 महीने में दीदी अपने रूम से बाहर नहीं आया, तो वही थोड़ी सी फिर मैंने एक इन पाबंदियों से करना के ना मैंने क्या घर ही छोड़ देता हूँ। मैं घर छोड़ के बॉम्बे चला गया। तो मैं 9 अगस्त को धम्मागिरी आ गया, इगतपुरी। बहुत अच्छी राह पे जा रहा हूँ। विपश्यना ने यानी इतना साथ दिया है कि मेरे को अब किसी की ज़रूरत भी नहीं महसूस होती। बहुत कृतज्ञ हूँ किरण बेदी मैडम का और राजेंद्र डिप्टी जी का, तो इतना कि अगर मैं इगतपुरी से भी दंडवत प्रणाम करता हुआ लेटता हुआ अगर आऊँ ना उनके लिए, तो ये भी कम है। मुझे इतना कुछ मिला है विपश्यना से।
A metamorphosis